The history of Western classical music. Western classical music, an enduring and diverse art form, spans over a millennium of traditions, innovations, and cultural reflections. Its journey from the hauntingly simple Gregorian chants of medieval monasteries to the grand symphonies of Beethoven and the avant-garde experiments of the 20th century is nothing short of magnificent. This essay provides a brief overview of the pivotal moments and eras that shaped this musical tradition. The medieval era, 500–400 AD. The roots of Western classical music can be traced back to the medieval era, marked by the use of Gregorian chants, simple, unaccompanied sacred songs in Latin, sung by monks. These chants became the foundation for polyphony, where multiple independent melodies played simultaneously. As the medieval era progressed, musical notation began to evolve, allowing composers to write more intricate and varied compositions. Secular, non-religious, music also started to gain prominence, with the introduction of troubadours and minstrels who narrated tales of chivalry and love. The Renaissance, 1400–1600. The Renaissance period saw a flourishing of arts and knowledge, and music was no exception. There was a shift from the religious dominance of the medieval period to a focus on humanism. Polyphony reached its peak during this era, with the invention of the printing press playing a significant role in the distribution of music. Composers like Josquin des Prez and Palestrina made notable contributions, emphasizing clarity in their works, making the words more audible against the backdrop of complex musical lines. The Baroque era, 1600–1750. Drama and expressiveness defined the Baroque period. Opera, a new musical form that combined drama, singing, and orchestration, emerged during this era. Claudio Monteverdi's L'Orfeo is an exemplary work from the early Baroque period. The period also saw the rise of well-known composers like Johann Sebastian Bach, George Frideric Handel, and Antonio Vivaldi. Instrumental music became more intricate, with the violin family taking the center stage. The harpsichord was a popular keyboard instrument of the time, replaced later by the forte piano, which was the precursor to the modern piano. The Classical period, 1750–1820. The Classical era marked a shift from the complexity of the Baroque to clarity, order, and balance in musical structures. The symphony, sonata, and string quartet became dominant forms. Franz Joseph Haydn, Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, and Ludwig van Beethoven are the most renowned composers of this period. They moved away from the heavy ornamentation of the Baroque era and emphasized clear tonal structures. Beethoven, straddling the classical and romantic eras, introduced profound emotionality into his compositions, setting the stage for the next period. The Romantic era, 1820–1900. Characterized by expressive, emotive music, the Romantic period was a reaction against the restraint and formality of the classical era. Composers like Franz Schubert, Johannes Brahms, and Richard Wagner expanded the boundaries of musical form, orchestration, and thematic development. Nationalism also became a prominent theme, with composers like Frédéric Chopin and Antonin Dvorak incorporating folk elements from their native lands. The 20th century and beyond. The 20th century witnessed a radical departure from traditional forms and tonalities. Influenced by the socio-political changes, technological advancements, and a desire for experimentation, composers such as Igor Stravinsky, Arnold Schoenberg, and John Cage explored avant-garde techniques. The century also saw the rise of electronic music, minimalist music, and other varied forms. In conclusion, the history of Western classical music is a testament to the evolving nature of art and its relationship with society. It reflects not just the aesthetic preferences of different eras, but also the broader cultural, philosophical, and scientific developments of the time. As we look ahead, this rich tradition continues to evolve, ensuring that classical music remains a dynamic and vital art form.